right, all right. Look at all you guys. Big.
Nelson, British Columbia, it's the lineup with special guests Bridget Barner, the Nelson Paranormal League, and the Moving Mosaic Samba Band. Now, welcome your host, Generator.
Thank you so much for being here tonight. You know that Halloween is like my favorite holiday. It really, really is. I think it should be a stat. Don't you agree? Right? Right, if not for any other reason than the hangover. But, you know, it really is a family time. There's all the prep that goes into it. You know, you've got the celebratory foods and the crafts, right? And then the traditions. You carve a pumpkin and you bob for apples, of course, and then you egg the neighbor's house if they don't have any candy left. That's an important tradition. So it makes it a lot like Easter, in my opinion, and that is a stat. Okay, so I think we need to get this rolling. Somebody's got to write a letter to Trudeau. Now, I've got to tell you, the reason I actually like Halloween so much is because of the candy. I'm a bit of a candy fanatic, and at Halloween, it's totally okay to buy it in extra large quantities. So, you know, you're in the grocery store, you're filling up the cart because it's for the children. It's fine. It's going to be okay. It's for the children. Now, being that that is the best part, it's also the worst part for me because it never actually makes it to the children. I always end up eating it all before Halloween, and I have this whole thing where I've convinced myself that these are just like miniature little pieces of candy and they're no big deal, right? It's just a teeny tiny little treat. And then these teeny tiny little treats, they turn into like 48 wrappers of shame. Yeah, you know, this one knows. You know how I feel. So this year, when I rounded the corner on my fourth box, I decided that I had to take action. I didn't even like the taste of it anymore. It got to that where I was just like eating it for no reason. And so I thought it would be wise to just take some action. And I sat down and I wrote myself an intervention letter. Yeah, I surely did. And I said, "Dear Jenna, I want you to know how deeply I care for you, but if your behavior doesn't change, I will be forced to initiate these consequences in the following ways. First, I will no longer allow you to eat the red ones last. And I refuse to watch you suck them very slowly or crunch them very fast. And finally, I will not stand by while you ponder how they got that soft, flowing caramel inside those chocolatey pockets. I want you to face that you're never actually going to taste the rainbow. And I know sometimes that you feel like a nut, and sometimes you don't, but that is no excuse. And when you are ready to face the facts and you finally realize that it doesn't matter if it melts in your mouth or in your hands, know that I'll be there for you. I love you dearly, Jenna. So that kind of helped for a couple hours. Yeah, it did the trick for a couple hours. And then I had to reward myself, so I had a big old gluttonous handful. Yeah, I know. I've come to accept the cycle, though, right? At least until Christmas, because that's when I switch over to the box chocolates and the candy cane lattes, right? That's what you got to do. But ultimately, the bright side of this highly probable diabetic coma is that it propels me towards my New Year's resolution. And you got to have one of those, right? Everyone have a New Year's resolution, right? Yes, you have to make one. Yes, and so at least I can keep this goal until the following Halloween, right? Or maybe Easter, because that's, okay, you got me. Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day. No, I'm an addict, I admit it. Yeah, I'm gonna need 12 steps. So the last time we met like this, I was telling you that I just had my 1-year anniversary. Yes, 1 year of wedded bliss to the most amazing woman in the whole wide world. Yes, so we got a slow processor there. Yes, I did say woman. It's all right, just let them catch up. No, it's fantastic being married. But you know, when you're married, the first thing that everyone asks you, whether you're LGBT or you're a straight couple, is when are you going to start having kids? And of course, they ask us, which one of us is going to have a baby, you know? And it's not like we're not trying. I mean, I guess we must be doing something wrong. Thank you. Okay, but I run into one of these baby fanatics in the grocery store. She's got her 3 kids in tow, you know the one I'm talking about. And I'm just in there on like one of those in and out missions. I've got everything I need in my basket. I got the, you know, supersized box of feminine hygiene products. I got the ice cream cake. Right, 2 ice cream cakes, and the bottle of Myadol, and I can see the till. I'm almost there, but she corners me with her cart, and in between one of those, you know, in-aisle display units, they're cardboard with all the greeting cards in them. Oh, I'm scared to death I'm gonna knock one of those over. And she starts hitting me with the questions, right? So, you've been married a year now. When are you gonna start having a baby? You gonna get a donor? Are you going to get inseminated? No? Oh, no, you're not. Oh, I know. You've got your eye on a friend, don't you? Here, this is what you do. Everyone's doing it nowadays. Okay, get one of your good-looking single gay male friends, right? And then you get a turkey baster, aisle 7. Okay, and this is where it gets good. Of course, you have a potluck, a very, 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 very light potluck. I'll give you my recipe for the lentil loaf, and then a couple bottles of wine, and bingo, bango, you got yourself a baby. Meanwhile, her children, just outside of her peripheral vision, have guzzled back a Red Bull, and they're systematically removing all the vegetables from her cart and hiding behind the 2-liter pop bottles. Now, her idea is totally legitimate. I mean, lots of people are doing that nowadays. But before I can stop myself, I tell her, no, actually, we're thinking of adopting. Oh, okay, wow, that is so brave. I mean, those children, those other people's children, you just never know what you're gonna get. What if the kid is like a total terror, honey? Okay, now keep in mind, while she's saying this to me, her kids have spelt out "suck it" in pop cans behind her on the aisle floor. One of them has flipped over the cart now, and he's climbed up to the top shelf. He's opened a bottle of Perrier water, holding it in the most anatomically correct position, and showering it into the open mouths of his adoring siblings. All kids are terrors, honey. I guess I'm an advocate for adoption. I mean, you have to be, right? When you make a choice, you have to run with it. And, you know, you adopt this sort of like, I guess it's like a blind faith, you know? It's kind of like when you get knocked up. I mean, you're so freaked the hell out by your choice. What else are you going to do? You know, so you got to have this blind faith. And it works out. Look at us. We're all good. It all works out in the end, right? We're all okay. Yeah, we're all okay. And if it doesn't, you can always give it up for adoption, and you can just give me a call here. Or email me. It's jenna@thelineup.tv. Thank you. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. We have a really fun show. I'm so excited. We've got Bridget Barna, who's an actual witch, hypnotherapist, and shaman, joining us. Yes. The Nelson Paranormal League is here to scare the pants off us. Yes. And we have the incredible samba band that just brought me to tears in rehearsal. So exciting. I can't wait. But if you would please help me in welcoming my cohort in madness, Mr. Marco Sordini. You don't need that. You don't need that.
This is our great show you've got tonight.
I know. How about it?
This is my favorite Halloween.
Yeah.
Pumpkins and gourds
and
ghouls.
TV shows.
And TV shows.
And all these gorgeous dressed up people in the studio audience.
All dressed up.
Yeah, we got a fun costume contest coming up later.
Contest with great prizes.
Yes. Very, very good. One night at the Hume for 2. Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah.
So how you been? What's going on?
I'm good. I'm so glad you have me at these things because
yeah?
I don't get out much.
We talk about this.
Yeah, well,
a bit of a shut-in. A bit of a shut-in. Yeah,
which is
right.
another reason I like Halloween is because people come to your house.
Right. That's a good thing.
Beg you for candy.
Right. Do you have it? Or are you like me? You don't have any left.
I buy the candy and I turn the porch lights off.
Right. Yeah, see?
That's what I do.
Cut from the same cloth. Yeah, I have to turn everything off, hide
turn
on it.
Everything off.
Clean up the eggs the next day.
Throw the Tower magazines in the front.
Oh, right. Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I got some that you can borrow.
Oh, that would be good.
So watch Tower magazines.
Oh my gosh.
Sort of leave them around. Put one in the thing.
This is a good idea.
Yeah.
We should almost take a vacation. Where don't they have Halloween? I don't know. We gotta go there.
That's not the research I did.
Fat camp. We gotta.
If only fat camp means you get to eat whatever you want.
No. Oh, like Halloween.
Like fatter camp.
Okay, we'll try that. So you know what I'm going to talk about tonight is like when we were kids, when we were Halloween. Halloween then and now. That's what we want to talk about. Oh.
This is Taylor Swift's microphone.
Oh yeah, it looks sexy on you tonight.
Yeah.
So tell me about when you were a kid growing up.
I don't know.
I think it's
I don't know if you had
different now.
It's completely different.
Yeah.
Because this is Halloween is like Christmas. People start 2 months in advance now.
I know. Yeah.
Like they start doing the costumes 2 months in advance. When I was a kid, I don't know if this was just me because my parents are from a country where they don't have Halloween.
Right.
Is that the week before we would go to Woolworths.
Exactly.
And get the plastic thing with the useless elastic in the back.
Do you remember how it smelled? It just had like it was like exuding like BPAs.
It's not good for me.
It was brutal. Yeah.
Not good for me.
And the onesie.
And the nylon onesie. Thanks.
Yeah.
The nylon onesie, and I was always really chubby, so like I would put it on 10 minutes, 5 minutes in, it would split.
Oh, of course.
And then you'd have the tape, and then so I'd have the Paul Stanley mask and the Kiss onesie.
Oh, adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was hanging on by nothing, and then I would put a snow coat over it.
And gum boots.
And the moon boots.
Yes.
And the moon boots.
Yes.
And it's like, well, why did you buy the nylon onesie?
Oh, exactly. And there was always the afterthought photo. Your mom would be like, get all your friends in the driveway, you know, and it's dark, and you all got that on.
Yeah.
And, you know, you just have your parkas on, and one sticking his nose, picking his nose, somebody's looking away. This is my collection of Halloween photos. Now, they're Instagramming them the minute they get them. They're gorgeous.
And they're gorgeous. And
Pinterest.
And the kids take way more care. And now you don't have because apparently everything in our childhood could kill us.
That's true.
Including those Halloween masks.
It made us stronger.
Because you could only see through these tiny little eye holes.
Right.
And then they would let you out into the street.
That's right. I know. And they had no curfew. We had no curfew.
Because back then it was okay to hate your kids.
It was.
You can't do that now.
My friend's dad. It is. Yeah, you can't hate him. You can't
just
hate him.
Go out. Go to the neighbor's house. Ask them for candy. Compromise your vision and go out into the street.
Oh my God, my dad's friend would like load us in the back of the pickup truck, and you know, no seatbelts, just flying around back there, and he'd be drinking a 6-pack because it's Halloween. He's celebrating Halloween. He's got 6 in the glove box, 1 in the drink holder, just ripping around.
Just between the knees, in the little crotch.
Oh
thing.
yeah. Oh. On the fly.
Yeah. 3 speed on the tree with this is the worst microphone ever.
Oh.
So that's why I'm talking loud.
You're doing well with it.
Thank you. And that's before the cup holders that you would have to.
You'd have to
press
hold
it up against your dance.
You had room in those big old vehicles. Yeah. I remember that our neighbors, they would put on one of these haunted houses. And like nowadays, you would never let your kids just go into a stranger's house without you.
Into their basement.
Yeah, they'd take us down to the basement, and they'd put the blindfold on us. And I always, you know, tucked it up so I could at least see. And they'd stick my hand in this bowl that was supposed to be eyeballs. And what it really was grapes that they'd peeled. And I don't think I found that creepy at all. I just kept thinking of my neighbor like peeling them with his teeth. Like that's the part that actually grossed me out. And then I'd go back to eating my, you know, those cellophane wrapped popcorn balls, no sanitizer, just right into the Rogue Smarties in the bottom of your pillowcase.
And you'd get the really crappy toffee.
Oh.
With the orange and yellow and black wrapper. And and the wax paper.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
I remember that too.
And it tasted of toffee cabbage.
Yes. Let me help you, darling.
I was told not to touch it.
All right. There we go.
And the wax paper would stick to it.
Yeah.
So you would have the plastic gas mask thing killing you.
Oh my God.
With the boiled cabbage toffee, with the wax paper. It's amazing any of us lived.
I know.
It's amazing any of us lived.
And now they take them to the mall. That's where you go trick-or-treating now.
The other thing, okay, so that's then.
Yes.
So now. It's like everything, it's gotten better and safer.
Yes.
And more professional somehow. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's like the bar has been raised so high, you know. Like I think parents are in competition with each other.
But there doesn't seem to be the backlash that there is with Christmas. Everybody's like, oh my God, it's just like November. Why did it Christmas stuff? Nobody ever says that about Halloween.
No.
Oh, candy's up for Halloween! Yay! And because Halloween, first of all, it's more personal. It's like you don't have to hang out with your family. You hang out with strangers.
Which is way easier.
I really love my family. This is why. And then it's also, people love to not be themselves. I think that's
so true.
You get tired of being you 365 days a year.
It's hard work.
It's hard work being you. And you never get a break.
No.
You can't just... When you can't just one day decide to stop dressing like you and stop acting like you because all your friends are like, what are you doing? But Halloween, everybody gets to do whatever they...
Saves the day.
Can you hear me now, Internet?
Oh, sexy.
Thank you. Mike, our floor manager, big hand for Mike.
He holds the whole thing together.
He loves his children.
Yeah, he does. Beautiful children.
But yeah, there is
child.
no, because people love to dress up, and people get that, especially in a small town. It's nice to be somebody else for like one day, because everybody's up in your candy all year.
That's true.
You can't, like your friend who was like, "Oh, when are you gonna have kids?" And one day you just don't want to do that.
So true. It's the one night you get to go out on the town and like just let loose.
And be the slut-
adult or child.
And
What?
be the slutty nurse.
Oh, yeah.
Not the child, but the mom can go out and be
It
the.
is Nelson and people
And
ever, I don't want to make any judgments.
and the IT guy gets to be the lumberjack, and
Right.
gets to change it up. And
so true. Saw that
there's
guy.
a lot of IT guys out here,
know.
or a lot of lumberjacks. I'm not sure which one it is. And I drive cab when I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
Or my other job, I drive cab. And Halloween's the best night of the year. First of all, it never stops. It's not like New Year's where like at 12:30 people are where they're going to be until they go home. It goes till dawn. People are looking for cabs, and they tip like drunk astronauts.
That's amazing.
Because it's not their money. It's that other guy's money. That's not my money. It's that idiot I got to be the other 364 days a year here. Take it all. Woo! Halloween!
Lining up shots, ordering
Hopped
extra
up on
bottles.
candy. Come into the house. It's Halloween.
Yeah.
So that's what
Being
Halloween's.
a big man on campus.
That's what Halloween's like now.
That's what it's like now. Yeah, I think so. Well, that is a perfect segue for this next piece. A little bit of grown-up Halloweening, if you will please watch a Nelson Brewery Boo-Ha-Ha. Oh my God, let me fix you. There you go. Great, you look great. Oh, okay, again. Good.
What are you supposed to be?
I don't know. I guess I'm like a clown, princess, unicorn, raver. I just couldn't decide.
Look good.
Thanks. Let's go. Yeah. Trick or treat!
What are you two doing? You're way too old to be trick-or-treating.
Trick or treat! Treat! Okay, come on, just one more.
Well, we haven't got anything.
I know, but trust me, this one's it.
You sure?
Yeah,
All right.
let's go.
Here we go.
Just right here. Trick or treat!
Trick-or-treat.
Hi.
Shane and Jenna.
Yeah.
Not a very good night.
No.
Whoa.
You know, you're just getting started.
No.
You guys want to have a beer?
Come on.
Thanks.
I mean, I feel terrible for you guys. Failing at Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little old. Yeah. Well, you came to the right place. Got us a sixer.
It's empty. Wait. What's going on? Where are we?
Locked in. We're locked in.
Right.
And the lights. The lights. But it was a big.
Yeah. Right. Oh, totally do. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you coming to visit.
To let us fulfill our fantasy to get locked in a brewery overnight. It was a really good time. Now, for as long as I can remember, witches have been synonymous with Halloween, but there is so much more beauty and wonder to it than I ever imagined. So it is with great pleasure that I introduce to you tonight Bridget Barner. Please welcome her. Hi. Thank you for coming. Mwah. Please have a seat here. Oh, it's so wonderful to have you on the show tonight. Thanks for being here.
Well, thank you very much for inviting me. It's
Yeah.
a pleasure.
Now, I guess right away, you know, what everyone's most interested in is how does one become a witch, or what's your personal history in becoming a witch?
It's an evolution.
Okay.
There are no people on street corners with pamphlets saying, become a witch, or, you know, have a broom or anything like that.
Yes.
It's an evolutionary process that comes as you discover your power, as you discover that you are a person of power and what that means interacting with the world.
Oh, okay.
How you want to be in the world.
All right.
And it is an evolutionary process. Sometimes it takes us a lot longer than it takes other people. I think I was well into my 40s and 50s.
Oh, is that right?
Before it actually dawned on me, well, you dope, you're a witch. Come on, get over it, you know? Just deal with it.
Were you doing things that you practiced in certain ways already, or things like what was
there
the
were
sign?
signs.
What was
There
the
were
sign?
signs and
Yeah?
symptoms.
Okay.
I'm sure, you know, people
Signs
would
and
have,
symptoms.
looking back, you know,
You're
people
right.
would have known. So
Okay.
Halloween was always my favorite holiday. I always wanted to dress up. I often dressed up as a witch. I crashed people's parties. You know, there was an intervention. It wasn't pretty. You know, I was always very well supported in my love of Halloween. I loved the moon. The moon. Oh, you know, that was when I really shone, was with the moon. And
you could see the cycles of the moon sort of
following
igniting
the moon,
things in you?
Following
or?
the moon cycles and
Okay.
learning that when you focus your intention to coordinate with the moon cycles, that you can actually manifest amazing things in your life by being really clear.
Now, when you say manifestation, and you know, I've heard that word sort of thrown around, and the moon as well, and witches. Now, putting those all together, you know, I guess with assumption, I would say you do some sort of magic or potions or things like that, but maybe you can give me more of the clarity around what exactly that means when you say you want to manifest things by the moon.
Using the moon cycles, when you start with the new moon, for example.
Okay.
New moons come every 19 and a quarter days, as do full moons. When you set your intention at a new moon, you want to build, you want to put things out there that you want to draw to you, that you want to build, that you want to create in your life, up to the full moon rather. And then at the full moon, from the full moon to the waning, as it wanes down to the new moon, you want to work on things that you want to divest yourself from, things that are no longer working or serving you. So you build up and you let go. So there's this attraction and release process. Letting go is every bit as important as drawing things to you.
Okay.
All of us need to let go of things that don't serve us. Ideas, people, relationships, jobs, habits, all kinds of things that we need to be focused on actually letting go of. So that waning cycle is extremely important.
So that's, to me, sounds sort of like a spiritual practice. Is that? Am I guessing?
It is, but the difference between witchcraft and the witch religions, if you will, Wicca is actually the masculine form of the word. Witcha is the female form of the word, and it's wise person, knowledgeable one. But the difference is in witchcraft, we don't pray to the gods and goddesses that are out there. We don't worship them.
Oh, I see.
Because that would be like worshiping the postman. We know he's there. We work with him. But and the deities are there, and they're of tremendous benefit and great help and great service. But we don't worship them. We work with them, and that I think is kind of the difference
that answers my question.
in many traditions. Not all traditions. I mean, there are as many traditions as there are practitioners. So you know that's the other lovely thing about working in the craft is that you can make it your own. It is crafted for you.
So in your craft, you've adopted a couple other levels. I mean, you are also a hypnotherapist and a shaman.
Yes.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit about how that came to be or how you work with those all together.
Well, I think I've always been a witch, but unknowingly.
Okay.
I actively pursued hypnotherapy. Early on, I had a sister who could use the help, so I practiced it with her, starting in the early 90s. But laterally, I got to a retirement age, I figured I needed a retirement project where, gray hair and wrinkles weren't a bar to making a few bucks. And they were provided a little street cred. So I got into hypnotherapy and discovered how amazingly awesome it is to be able to help people. I worked more than 30 years in a corporate situation, and not once did I help someone get rid of a childhood trauma or quit smoking or do those sorts of things. So hypnotherapy is a fabulous way to help people. And when I started formalizing my magical education, my witchcraft education, I realized that there were absolutely no there was no everything that I learned in hypnotherapy was only supported by witchcraft and vice versa. So there was no disconnect there at all. And with shamanism too.
Right.
You're dealing with your subconscious.
Oh,
so
okay.
It doesn't matter which plane you're in. You're all dealing with the subconscious, and it's about going in and helping yourself from within, which is extremely empowering.
And then helping other people by being,
being
connected
able to do
self.
that. Well, by helping them get the answers from within as well.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. I really find it. There's so much to it, isn't there?
So much to
It's
it.
a huge practice.
Yeah.
And you're sharing these things in Nelson. You have a website. Maybe tell people where they can find you.
I do. I have.
Like if they want to get hypnotherapy or they need a shaman.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
well, there are so many awesome shamans here in the area. So I might not be doing very much shamanism work here as a shamama, but I always incorporate parts of that into my hypnotherapy anyway.
Yes.
But I do have offices at the Manistone Centre at 507 Baker Street, and you can book appointments through me through my website at North Shore Shamanism or North Shore Hypnosis and Shamanism. The phone number's on there, and I don't know, we'll flash it up here. I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway.
we'll make sure.
And I will be teaching a course in here at the college, at Selkirk College, an introductory course to witchcraft, starting in March of next year, running 13 weeks, finishing in mid-June.
That's exciting.
Very exciting. It's the first time that they have ever done something like this.
What a liberal college. They're letting us do this and you do that.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
And that is going to be, you're going to be able to register online for that course starting shortly.
Shortly. Okay, so keep an eye out for that.
Keep an eye out.
Through the Selkirk website, I'm assuming. So that's, selkirkcollege.ca.
And it's a continuing education course, and it'll be run probably on a Tuesday or Wednesday evening for the 13 weeks.
That'd be an interesting way to really learn, like, way more about witchcraft than we can ever cover tonight.
Well, yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's 2 hours a week, so yes, we'll be going
Awesome.
through some fabulous things. Fabulous.
Now, I understand you came a little prepared for me tonight with some, Halloween, like, teaching me how we can fit Halloween and witchery together?
Well, it's
Did you,
interesting
or-
because
Yeah.
traditionally witches were not part of Halloween. That's not what. No,
I know, it's something that we
I know.
synonymously, that we always think of, you
and
know?
it's
Just
wonderful.
like ghosts and
well,
witches
well,
and goblins.
how it's
yeah.
kind of working out is not so much that on Halloween you go to, witches go to celebrate Halloween, even though I'll tell you more about that in a minute. It's more like you go on Halloween to celebrate witches, which is fabulous. But the original Sabbat that is celebrated at this time of year for the third harvest is called Samhain, Samhain, Samhain. And it actually falls on the cross quarter day, which in North America is November the 7th. But the early Christian church wanted to encourage pagans to come to church, so they made it easier for them to adopt the Christian holiday by creating All Souls Day, November the 1st. And then October 31st became All Hallows evening, like the evening before All Hallows Day.
Kind of like
All
the
Halloween.
New Year's Eve to
That's right.
New Year's Day. Got
All
it.
Hallows Eve.
Okay.
So in many witchcraft traditions, witches consider this to be the new year. It's the time, the end of summer when everything is put away. The beasts are brought from the field and determined whether they're hardy enough to live and survive a winter. You celebrate the harvest. You put your summer things away and you prepare for the unknown. In the ancient days, winter was unknown. You didn't know how long it was going to last. You didn't know if you were going to live through it. You didn't know if you had provisions enough for it. So you really celebrated and really lived with the seasons. This is also the time of year when things are dying. There's no leaves on the trees, the crops are gone, the fields are fallow, and you really start thinking about your mortality and that connection that we have lost with death.
Okay, so that celebration is about connecting with the netherworlds, or
Yes, the veil is very thin at this
Okay.
time of year.
Now, I've heard that said before. The veil
Yes,
is thin.
The veil is thin.
What does that mean?
That means that the veil between this world and the ethereal world is very thin. And if you
Okay.
need to contact those loved ones who have gone on, or you want to remember a particular ancestor, you want a message to get through, this is the time of year to do it.
Okay,
And-
and you can do that in just about any way you want.
There's some great
Yeah.
ways of doing it. You
Okay.
could do, a Samhain altar, a third harvest altar. And I did bring a few little things if we've got time.
Let's
Just-
show how you
It's
would
got
do an altar.
A
Bring
few
that
little
in.
things that I brought today. So this is what's known as the harvest seal. It's a piece of sigil magic to mark the turn of the wheel, and you see it's got sides, and it's got Hecate's trident, and it's got Solomon's eye, and the Alpha and Omega and stuff like that. So we'll put that in the middle.
Interesting. Okay.
Now I understand north is sort of that away.
Sure.
Is that north? we'll make for purposes of this demonstration.
In the building or get out of it. So.
We'll make that the north. So
Okay.
what I have to represent the north are some bones, and these are some runes that I made out of cougar metatarsals. So we'll just put those in the north like that.
Oh, interesting.
And then in the south, of course, that's represented by a dragon who is a sun kind of a guy, warm weather guy.
And are you picking these things because of your experiences and understanding them? Would this be something people would learn in your
Yes,
course?
they'll
Okay.
definitely learn why.
Okay,
What and why.
Okay.
And to the east, we have some feathers here, and there's one from one of my chickens,
Oh.
and a crow, and a dove feather that I found on Baker Street yesterday when I was going to
Oh.
the pharmacy.
Nice.
And then to the west, well, it doesn't have to, you don't have to be high tech. These are things that, a couple of years ago, I was in Malaki in Mexico and found this piece of coral. So we'll put that in the west for the ocean.
Oh, I'm starting to get it. I'm
Yeah.
starting to get it, right?
Yeah.
'Cause
Each
west is
direction
water
has
yeah.
has a theme, right?
Okay,
So
yeah.
the north is for earth, the east is for air, the south is for fire, and the west is for water.
Okay, I get that.
So because this is a harvest theme, we've got a nice little squash there. We'll
Oh,
put that out there.
lovely.
And we have a couple of candles here. One for death, of course, because he is ever present, And one is for the harvest, this orange one here. And I think I have another. Oh, yeah, there it is. another. You know, have candles will travel.
Now, are you setting this up in your home somewhere that you would see it and use it every day?
Yes.
Is that sort of the idea? Okay.
But I have a cat.
You have
And
so
he
nowhere safe.
nowhere. He is the reason why I can't have a nice altar.
Set it up, take it down. Set it up, take it down.
So in the middle, representing the cauldron of all things, I've just put a little, his cheery little pumpkin light thing.
Thanks.
For your. Oh, and this is for you. This is an acorn. Acorns and
Thank you.
pomegranates
Okay.
are very traditional third harvest items, Samhain items. Acorns to represent the promise
Oh,
of what we will have as we go forward. And
you.
of course, we're doing a little cultural appropriation here, I'm sorry, but
Which needs
we have the Ogam runes, which are, of course, Norse runes.
Okay.
We have the pomegranate, which represents the story, the love story of Hades and Persephone, who
Okay.
she went down. She fell in love with Hades, who was the god of the underworld, and her mother was very distraught that she was taken away and searched high and low for her, and it took 6 months for her mother to find her. And by the time she got back, Persephone had eaten 6 pomegranate seeds, which means, of course, logically speaking, that the world will die for 6 months. There you go.
Thus winter.
Thus
right?
winter. Thus winter. That's right. So pomegranates, and then we're also going to appropriate. I think it is La Dia de los Muertos,
Oh,
de
okay.
los Muertos.
Sure.
Day of the Dead. These lovely little skulls that I picked up
In that culture, there's so much
Ahihic.
respect for that. as
And
well.
it's, you know, there's a great deal to be said at this time for connecting with one's ancestors. So
Okay.
we have 3 of those little guys.
Nice.
And just a really nice
Oh, an arrowhead.
Arrowhead.
Oh, lovely.
that was given to me. So by someone that I don't get to see very often anymore. So that's for remembering people who are
Far away?
not with us and
Okay,
far
that
away.
makes sense. All right.
So this would be a fairly typical Samhain, or could be, made up of things that you have, your treasures that represent people, and the of course the directions. And at this altar, you would, or you could certainly say your prayers to the dead. You might want to put soul cakes out here, and I have a recipe for soul cakes that I brought with me.
Oh, yeah. Like
So-
food for the dead?
Yeah, food
Oh,
for the
that's
dead.
lovely. Oh, is that for me? Oh, we'll do this on another show.
There you go. And
Awesome.
Just remember, if you want to make soul cakes or do something like this, and have a little ceremony for those that you have lost over time, there are other things that you can do. You can lay a place for them at your dinner table and
Oh, it's so nice.
have nice stories about them. You don't want
Yeah.
anything sad, because the spirits do tend to, you know, they pine and they get a bit mopey. So you want to uplift them. You don't want to bring them down.
You've made this very easy to understand and almost like a little less scary for us all.
Oh, well.
I think, right? Would you agree? Yeah?
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much
You're
for
very
bringing your knowledge. I think we could talk forever.
Yeah, we could.
And we could have another round. But I'd just like to remind people that you'll be doing this witchcraft. What are we calling it? It's a 6-week course,
Or
or
a
it's
13-week course.
13 weeks.
Introduction to Witchcraft at Selkirk College, continuing education starting mid-March.
Wonderful. Give it up for Bridget Varner. Thank you. Thank you. You can just leave that there. Thank you so much. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Well, that was wonderful. Awesome. Now we have coming up for you a little outtake. I had a chance to sit down, hang out and chat with B.A. Johnson when he was on his tour this few weeks ago here in town. So please watch this next video with B.A. Johnson. Tell the people who are you and what your show's all about.
I'm B.A. Johnson, Hamilton's #1 entertaining funk, folk, punk, polka, comedic train wreck.
What's your show all about?
It's wonderful songs about the CFL, Atari, and poutine that the whole family can enjoy.
So excited! So excited!
So excited to entertain the great people of Nelson. In my favorite venue of all time, the basement of a radio station. It's great to be here.
So nice to see you.
Great to be here.
Yeah, so you got a big show tonight.
Big time show.
Yeah, we're gonna
Plenty of good seats still available.
We're gonna hear you play the new album.
This is a brand new song I just wrote today. Never performed live.
Yeah, a couple songs. I gotta play a lot of old hits though.
Oh, I hope so, because
Yes.
there's a
only,
few
only
favorites.
a couple new ones.
There's only, oh yeah, to keep them thirsty
Yeah,
and
the
hungry.
audience is not interested in that.
That's the way it always goes, isn't it? So I guess I want to know if you would please tell me, is the character you play on stage who you are in life?
There's no character on stage. It's a real deal.
It's the real deal. So all that like shirt off bravado,
No, I
the
leave my shirt
sweat.
on.
You leave your shirt on.
I'm sweaty though in real life.
Like in real life. Oh, that's nice. That's
But no,
good.
it's true.
It's true. Everything that you
Every
say,
word.
all the
Everything.
heartache, the deep fryer,
All of it.
all of it. Is there one in your car on this tour?
No.
No?
There's no room.
There's no room, so you have to stop for like
Yeah.
routine breaks.
I have these little deep fried breaks.
This next song is a song when your mother buys an industrial-sized box of dark meat chicken nuggets for a very late christening gift. And then she has the audacity to refuse to cook you the chicken nuggets. So next day she goes down to the Walmart and she buys you a deep fryer and has it installed in your bedroom.
So you talk a lot about food and heartbreak and a lot of nostalgia references in your music. What's
That's
that
all
all
it is.
about?
You gotta write about what you know.
That's true.
Food, heartbreak, and better times.
Got a deep fryer in my bedroom. Got a deep fryer in my bedroom. And the French fries are dancing in my dreams.
And a lot about broken hearts.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta throw that stuff in there to make it less one-dimensional. You can't just write songs about like McDonald's and
That's true.
bad
Unless
cats.
it's breaking your heart.
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
but why would they would never do that to you? So you gotta
They're
write
there
stuff.
for
You
you.
gotta write other songs. So,
Right.
so it's not just fart jokes.
True. That's true.
I want nothing but perfection. Young MC's got nothing on me. I'm gonna bust a move like it's 1993. Pumped it up in a chip, love a supreme potato chip logo. Get fresh of all the ladies, the ladies, the ladies, the ladies. If I was doing Humpty Dumpty, the ladies would all touch my Humpty Dumpty.
How long have you been doing this now?
It feels like a long time.
Like how many years? Or
Over
so?
10.
Over 10? And are there 10 more in your mind? Like, do you see yourself still doing the same thing, still writing the same thing in 10 years, or
No.
no?
Well, maybe. Who knows? It's possible.
Yeah?
It's depressing to think about it.
You think?
Yes.
Why? I think
I'm
it's
already
fantastic.
so old now, and in 10 years I'll be way older, and I'll just be like a geriatric old Alzheimer's patient, like waddling around bars.
All I had to do to get you to applaud was to torpedo my self-respect and dignity.
But that's the charm, isn't it? That's the charm of your shtick.
As long
It's
as they'll
like,
pay to see it.
they're gonna
You know,
pay. They're
yeah.
gonna pay.
Nominal cover charge.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I thought would be really funny? If we did this whole interview as sock puppets.
I also thought that would be really funny.
Yeah, maybe it would be. So again, you talk about a lot of food things that you like,
I enjoy eating.
you enjoy eating. And you talk about a lot of things that you deep fry, and you have so much stamina in your show. I just wonder how you get that stamina from,
Well,
slogging
when you're on
back to-
tour, you can't eat as much deep fried stuff. More
Okay.
soup.
Oh, you're eating more soup.
soup-based.
Oh, this truth
Gotta
comes
keep it
out.
light.
You do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought maybe there was a secret.
And then when I get home, you can eat whatever you want.
Okay. Yeah. And so, what is an average day for you at the snack bar? at
It really
home?
depends. Oh, at home?
Yeah.
I eat a lot of chips, Brian.
Yeah. The
Pizza.
ketchup chips.
Yeah, ketchup, all
Yeah.
kinds.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of freezer pizzas.
Oh yeah, they're
Dr.
so
Oetker's,
easy,
they're
right?
really easy.
Oh,
and they're
that's
like
fair.
$3.
Yeah, that keeps a
The food
working
budget's
man.
low. Yeah, for a
Yeah.
working man as myself. And
Well
who
done.
can tell the difference? Oh, you can
Right.
totally tell the difference. It's,
So
it's not real pizza.
Gonna fill my face with some deep dish. Goddamn, I love this ish. Give me some treats. Give me some treats. GST check, GST check, give me some treats. GST check, GST check, give me some treats.
So tell me about this new album. Shit sucks. That's what you're trying to say.
My new record. Was produced by Mike O'Neill, who was in a band called the Inbreds. In the 90s, they were a popular band. It was recorded in Halifax. It's my first album to use a band.
You know, it sounds really good. I was listening to it today. It's amazing.
Yeah, he knows. Yeah. He was a very good producer.
Yeah.
He did sound on the Trailer Park Boys for a while.
Oh, wow. He's a big
He's a legitimately talented person.
Awesome.
So he can elevate what I'm trying to do.
Awesome. Well, this is it. Shit sucks. You gotta see this. You gotta buy it.
My philosophy degree, not what it's racked up to be. Oh, these walls keep closing it. Trent University should have a money back guarantee. Oh, these walls keep closing it. I like how John Scales is frightening me like a great white shark.
Okay, so there's some great songs on this album. Maybe give me a line from one that like really describes who you are.
Describes who I am?
Yeah. Who really sums up who B.A. Johnson is.
I like to start my set off from a deep cavernous hole and try and climb out of it with my songwriting abilities.
Old and Lame's kind of good, I guess.
Come on.
That's the song. That's the title and the chorus. Is that
Right.
Old and Lame.
How does it go?
Can't remember.
Oh, okay. It's fine.
Why did I pay more attention in grade 10 French? At the time I thought it was fucking lame.
On that note, so who's breaking your heart?
These days, not like my van might break my heart.
Oh, yeah, on your tour van.
My tour van.
Okay.
Is being a
What kind of van?
Dodge Grand Caravan.
Oh, it's grand.
Yeah, it's not
Well,
those
that gives you an
crummy
edge.
caravans.
That gives you a bit of an edge.
It'll be a nicer tow to the junkyard when she goes.
So is it like a knockwood from town to town, or how is it? Oh,
No, it's been good. I think I'm just paranoid because
Right.
I've been driving such terrible cars for my whole life.
Yeah.
I'm always convinced they're about to explode.
Is it like you got your gear in it, or is I sleep in this van too on tour if I have to?
It's got a bed in it.
Oh,
a little
see?
cot.
Oh yeah, bring the ladies back to the van, or
Well, more just myself.
just sometimes.
No, you can't fit a lot of people in there.
Well,
But sometimes when you're staying at like the punk house,
right?
and they're like, "Come stay at our house," and you're like, "Nah,"
No.
and you're like, "No," and then you sleep in your car because it's way better.
Right. Yeah.
Or like, "I got 8 cats. You should stay at my house." And you're like, "Ooh."
You're
So
like,
you know how many
"Thank
cats
you."
my man has? 0. You're staying there.
Awesome. Thanks for talking to us today.
problem.
Yay. Go buy his album. Shit sucks. It's true. B.A. Johnson. We've had a really fun first half. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back with the Moving Mosaic Samba Band, the Nelson Paranormal League, and the Cost
It was shaping up to be a standard layabout kind of night. I was already nose deep in the newest Slade Rogers venture when something peculiar happened. A knock at my door. Just a minute. Who could be coming by at this hour? Please come in. Have a seat, miss.
Mrs. Englewood, I heard from a friend that you're in the business of finding people.
Not in the mood for pleasantries, I take it.
Well, I'm sorry if I come across as blunt, Mr.
Ed, would you like some coffee?
Ed. I'd rather have this matter settled sooner than later, if that's all right with you.
Of course. Please excuse my manners. So who's the lucky guy?
It's my husband, Robert. About a month ago, he started working with a
boy.
friend of his.
Another dame
He's
all a
helping
fuss
set up
over
a
some
special
fella
exhibit for
dropped
the
through a
World's
hole in her
Fair,
pocket.
down on the boardwalk.
But who was
He
I to
usually came home
judge?
late in the
Business
evening,
had been
but for the
slow,
past few
and I
days,
could use a chance
he
to
hasn't
stretch
come
my
home at
legs.
all. I placed a call.
Boardwalk, eh? What's the friend's name?
I'm afraid I have no idea.
Well, don't worry, Miss Englewood. You'll have your husband back soon enough. A contact told me the friend, Howard Strange, was working down on the boardwalk. It was time to pay him a visit. I told the fella at the gate I had a letter for Strange, had to be delivered in person. He waved me through and told me the lot number, B5. Something like an airplane hangar with a stage. What are they doing in there? I guess I had to find out.
Oh, what the bloody hell do you want?
Strange, I presume?
Dr. Strange. Yes, please come in. Now, how can I help you?
I've been hired with regards to the sudden disappearance of Robert Englewood.
Disappearance? I don't suppose you're under the employ of Miss Englewood by any chance. At any rate, you could tell Miss Englewood her husband is fine. He and I have been working in the temporary lab the past few days. Ah, here he is now. Ah, we have a guest, and you are?
A private investigator hired by your wife. It seems she's worried as to where you've been these past few evenings.
I can assure you it was never my intention for her to worry.
That may be so, but would you humor the missus and I by coming for a ride? Show her you're all in one piece.
If that's what it takes.
Thank you kindly. What exactly are you and Strange working on?
We are simply preparing some ideas he and I had for the exposition.
Care to indulge an interested onlooker?
If it's all the same to you, I'd rather not share any information until the doctor and I present our findings to the public.
Of course. Just curious. What was he being so protective of? I guess I'd have to find out at the expo, just like everyone else. A few days had passed, and I was easing back into the groove in my chair. Hello.
Ed, it's Mrs. Englewood.
What can I do for you, Miss Englewood?
It's about my husband again.
Oh?
My husband's been absent in the late hours of the night into the morning. It seems he's working down at the boardwalk.
I thought we'd already figured that out.
That's not it. He won't tell me what he's working on down there. I'd like you to investigate and see what exactly he's spending so much time on.
If you insist, Mrs. Englewood. This time around, I had a new friend waiting for me, and it seemed he'd been told I wasn't any kind of courier. Maybe they were working on something big.
It's Ed.
I needed more information.
Yeah.
I know it's late, but I need a small favor.
Just make sure to lock up when you're done.
I only found one book by a Howard Strange, and it wasn't what I'd expected at all. Page after page of stuff right out of the pulps in my desk. It didn't add up, so I opted to get in touch with someone who might know a bit more about the good doctor. The place was weird, but I had a hunch she could tell me about the doctor's hobbies. Madame Marie, what can you tell me about Howard Strange? I just have to wait until the morning to...
indeed. We actually have our own Nelson Paranormal League here. Our very own Ghostbusters.
Thank you for having us out here. This is awesome.
Hey. I've been a big
Very
fan
excited.
for actually a long time. I remember seeing you guys on Shaw TV. And
Were we on Shaw TV?
Yeah,
we were on Shaw TV. Cool. we yeah. I must have missed that.
And I was so fascinated by the stories. Do you think you'd share like one of your most creepy, wonderful stories with us?
Yeah, first off, you come right out here and it's Ghostbusters, look at us. Why do you get the impression that we're some sensationalistic, ghost-finding type people? I don't know where they get that from. But if you guys want it, who wants ghost stories? Okay, I'm going to start it off with one very quick one because this is one of the latest ones. One of the biggest reasons why we like having fun, like doing the Ghostbusters thing and looking for ghosts is that the more we talk about it, the more we get excited about it, the more stuff comes up. So I've been watching the band back here, and I've got a story for them because this comes from one of the real estate stories because you can't sell a house here in this area, I'll say, in Canada, without disclosing some sort of graphic, gruesome details.
You have to tell everything?
You have to tell them if something like that happens. So in this case, in Nelson, can't tell you the address of the house. What happens, a person hung themselves in the basement. Beautiful basement. I say this for the band. Because it was just a big, huge, tall basement. And what happened is when the guy hung himself, they found the body. It was disgusting. They had to sell the house after that, but they had to tell everybody.
Okay.
Somebody hung himself in the basement.
And this starts creating stories.
So, you know, people see the house. They're like, I don't want to see this house. Well, this band shows up.
Oh.
This band, he's not the whole band, but the lead of the band. And he's like, he sees the basement. And it's like, this is a big vaulted basement. They're like, but we got to tell you. Somebody killed themselves and they hung themselves in the middle there.
Right.
And they're like, I don't care. Look at this room. This is the greatest rehearsal space ever in Nelson. Come on, look at the price of this
dead
house.
bodies.
Yeah. So they started practicing, but here's what happened when they started practicing. They were doing one of the rehearsals and the lead singer actually stopped halfway through the song and started looking red in the face.
Uh-oh.
And just grasping for air and realizing that he just broke away and got out of the house and started just really breathing. They realized that where he was standing, where he was rehearsing, was right where the person had hung himself.
Oh.
But that's not where it gets interesting because he was a friend of mine that told me the story because he was rehearsing in this space.
Right.
And when he went to go pick up his equipment, he went down there and he bent over, and as he bent over, he felt like somebody was kneeling on his chest, and all the air was just leaving his lungs.
Wow.
And he started to freak out until he realized that if he shuffled over just 1 foot, all the air came back to him, and when he stood up, he realized where he was positioned was right in the middle of that basement, right exactly where the person hung himself.
Is that ever interesting? There's something to it, isn't there? Isn't there? You know, there really is. Like, I think, people pass, but what does their energy do?
Well, that's
where does their energy go? Does it hang in the place they last left? Is it in the atmosphere? Where'd it go?
There's so many beliefs and so many things out there when it comes to, say, the paranormal.
Right.
We got to be open.
Okay.
We got to be open to everything. That's the biggest thing. So we pride ourselves as investigators as being open to everything. So I love that story you did earlier. Oh, you used to say Kevin and I were just going crazy. Kevin was taking baseline readings, like what happens if something triggers tonight, because you never know when you are being open to the unknown.
You never know when something's going to happen.
Exactly.
When that's interesting. So when you say you're taking a baseline reading, what does that mean?
Well, there's a few standard tools we use. One of them you can actually buy.
Oh.
It's called an electromagnetic field detector.
Okay.
And it's actually used for detecting power sources. It goes crazy if you go near a microwave, whether it's on or off.
Okay.
Electrical outlets, old-style televisions. And it's said that spirits also give off a certain electromagnetic frequency. So I would take readings around the room. Any place we go to investigate, I would take readings. If I find high energy readings, this thing goes red, and then I try to find, so there's a power box behind there that explains that. But there have
so
been,
sometimes there's logical reasons why it may go off,
and that's why
others
you
not
do
so much.
the baseline is to eliminate all the logical reasons, so that if you're doing something and suddenly you have a power reading where there wasn't one half an hour ago,
Sure.
you have to ask why.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah,
And
especially if you're evoking, incanting. Yeah, exactly. Stuff like
I'll
that.
do a reading right now.
When somebody comes in and say, hey, the veil is low right now, and I hear stuff like that, you
No,
take a
pumpkin's
reading.
good. Pumpkin's good.
It's like, I want to know, why is that veil low and what's it doing? And if it can affect a device, what's it doing to us?
that's so true. So you've adopted sort of a philosophy around your, it is work. It's a passion, right?
It is
It's
a passion.
fun.
Yeah.
The biggest thing is, we are enthusiasts. The league members are Serene Stewart, Kevin McIntyre, and myself.
Okay.
Started the league around what we got now? We're 11 years ago.
Probably 11 years.
Wow.
11 years ago. And we started up based on the fact that we wanted to find evidence. Now, that's the biggest thing. Anybody out there that's got a belief or something that they feel and people say, oh, I see spirits. My first answer to you is awesome. Let's talk about it. Because the
Right.
biggest thing I would like to do, or we'd like to do, is get that evidence documented.
Yeah.
So that we can see it and investigate it.
That's the exciting part, right? Like, I mean, you're just it's like the next time we're going to get it. We're going to find it.
And
We're
actually,
going to get the proof we need.
A huge part of the fun is talking to people.
Okay.
I love
Yeah.
ghost stories.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
even if the story doesn't necessarily pan out, we've had people tell us stories. You go investigate a place, not much is happening there. Maybe it did once and it's not now, or maybe we're there at the wrong time. But the story's super fun.
The story. So it's funny. The mission of the Nelson Paranormal League, we've been talking, is documentation.
Okay.
Number one, because that's a big thing that we want to do. Is that we want to document all the stories because Nelson keeps coming up with stories beyond any other small town that I've ever met.
We have a rich history here.
And we have
Yeah.
scientifically found reasons why it could happen.
Wow.
So that leads to our investigation.
Sure.
Which is the big thing where we're trying to get that evidence and trying to find out why and taking a look at that.
And the openness then,
Yeah, the
right?
totally openness thing.
Yeah.
And then mine is exaggeration. Because I love telling the stories. But the thing is, when you tell a story, that's when you get the story. So I'll be sitting there. I'll do trolley tours, walking tours, pub tours. I do all these different things and tell ghost stories. But the beautiful thing is that I'll be telling them and everybody like, oh, I had such a great time. That was fun. Now, I don't believe in ghosts. But what happened the other day? And then they start going into an elaborate story about something they can't explain. And that is the basis of paranormal. Can't be explained. Can we do anything and everything in our power to find out if it's true or false or what?
And that's a huge part of it is you go in with the open-mindedness. But at the same time, if you actually want to believe, like, if you want to find something, you have to eliminate all the rational possibilities.
Sure.
Like, you go into an old house, every time you hear a floorboard creak, is it a ghost? No, it's probably an old house settling.
Of course.
The lights flicker, is it a ghost? Maybe they haven't paid their power bill. So if you actually want to find something that might be a ghost, because you can't say, unless it comes right up to your face, you can't say, oh my God, that's a ghost. You have to eliminate all the rational before you can start to consider what people consider irrational.
So tonight, when you did a reading of this room, what did you find?
It's very clean, which is actually good.
Oh, that's good.
If it were to give me a high reading right now, I'd say, okay, that wasn't there an hour ago. What the hell is that?
Right.
So, it's data collection more than anything else, which I find fun.
I think the biggest thing, the biggest thing when it comes to the Nelson Paranormal, I hear people like, oh wow, ghosts and everything. We are ultra geeks, ultra nerds because
really,
it's a little flick of a gauge, It's like, oh my God, did you see that 1 micrometer? And that is like, there's something going on here, and I can't explain it.
With you guys,
mass sponge migration.
Do you smell that? Listen.
Yes.
Yeah, listen, smell something.
That's brilliant. Yes.
Sorry.
People want to clap for that. So tell me the story about the redfish. I'm just waiting. I want to know more.
Well, I'm going to lead into it. And I want Kevin to take over because what happened is we went and did an investigation at the Hume Hotel, and we had a blast.
Which we're going to see a clip of here in just a few minutes.
We're going to see a clip of that. But what happened, though, after the clip, way after the clip, our sensitive, Thea Trussler, started doing tarot readings in the Redfish. And then we had...
Let me just quickly explain that the Redfish is a building that had been in Nelson for a really long time, and it had a bunch of different businesses, but in the last part of its life, it had a restaurant on the main floor, and the place burnt down.
And let's just say the little history of Nelson. Come on.
Yeah.
We're a port town people.
Yeah.
We had what? 14 brothels and 44 drinking establishments registered with our government at the turn of the century. We were a party town.
So true.
The Redfish Grill. Sorry, let me give you the history. The little Davenport. Oh, it had a fun. Downstairs opium, upstairs prostitutes, in the middle sandwiches.
Logical.
That sounds pretty good.
But it's great. But no person in Nelson and of decency would walk off Baker Street and go to a whorehouse. No.
No, sandwiches.
No, of course.
You're going
What happened is there's catacombs in Nelson. We didn't call them catacombs. Let's just call them underground.
Right.
But you can go from the Hume Hotel into the Little Davenport. So
that's so creepy.
A lot of men of prestige would be like, honey, I'm going down to the Hume Hotel. And they're going to the Hume Hotel, deep underground, and go play and gamble and eat sandwiches, shall we say, at the Little Davenport. Now, over time, it took on many different things, and then it took on the Redfish Grill, and Robin was the owner.
Yeah.
Now, the stories of the Redfish Grill before us, talk to Robin if you ever see her, staff that would not want to work there, glasses flying off the walls, people would never go downstairs, they would say, and then they would tell us all these stories. What happened, one of our league members was Thea, she was doing readings there, and all of a sudden Robin said, what the hell have you done to us? And I'm like, what do you mean, what have we done? She goes, my restaurant has gone crazy. Like there's activity beyond, and there's stories too, shamans and spirits, and there's like talk of two malevolent and
so
one
you
benevolent.
brought it out.
There's a lot of stories. So what we did is we thought, oh, did we bring something up? Because when you mess around with what you don't know, boom. So we go into the basement to do a cleansing, actually, a little busting ritual with Thea, and she says, what we're going to do is we're going to evoke first, see if we can bring something out. And
Well, yeah, basically what these guys were in the main room in the basement. It's actually quite large under there. And they were doing something in a circle, and it was a bit of a kumbaya moment, and I got a bit bored, so I wandered off with my EMF detector, and I'd already taken readings downstairs and not found much of anything except where you'd expect to find them, like the big electrical panels. I went into the boiler room, which is actually where a previous shaman had reported. The story was, Robin told us, he went in one morning and offered to check out their supposedly haunted place in exchange for breakfast. He went down into the basement and reported back that there was malevolent spirits down there, and they were localized in this room, which was the boiler room, and that was years before we got there. So these guys were off doing their thing in the other room, and I was taking readings in the boiler room. And weirdly, right in the center of the room, there was moving energy. Not anything I could see or feel, but I was mapping it with this. In that, I would take a reading. Nothing here, something here, something here, something here, nothing here.
So,
wow.
So basically,
2 minutes later,
it was moving.
You could kind of map it out that it was roughly spherical, let's say slightly larger than a beach ball. And it seemed to be moving very slowly across the room, which is when I grabbed Chris, because I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
What is this?
And this was like in the middle of the basement somewhere?
In the middle of the boiler room where the previous shaman had told Robin that basically people had died there.
Yeah. And so when the incantation and the cleansing ritual was going on, Kevin mapped this glowing ball of energy, and then when the cleansing ritual was completed,
gone.
Wow.
Well, except that the place burned down 2 years later.
It turned out.
And there's stories about that.
Which is stories are, when the shaman came up too, one of the stories is he told Robin, he was like, just sweating, and he was like, you've got 2 female spirits down there that are wonderful, and 1 male that's nasty. And the 1 male guy, he says, if you mess with anything around here, I'll burn the place to the ground.
Yeah, that gives me a chill, because that's what happened.
Robin had reported that any time they had done renovations of any kind, and this is actually a fairly common occurrence that you hear about, anytime they did renovations to change the place, more weird things would start to happen. Things would start to move, spinning plates, shelves, and glasses falling over and stuff like that. So.
Well, it sounds really exciting. Like you know, it's a beyond the fear, the hardcore, terrifying fear. Like it would propel me maybe, or
it's
make me
exciting,
run.
but there's also a lot of sitting in darkness for 6 hours at a time while nothing happens. And then going back home and listening to your recording of 6 hours of nothing happening.
Speaking of which,
you want me to? I'll set that up for you.
You want to set it up because we're going to see a little bit. These guys made a movie in the Hume Hotel, and you maybe set it up for us, and we'll watch a little clip from it now.
Yeah, we made a docudrama in the Hume Hotel, and how it goes is one of the best tools that you can have is recording devices, because if something happens, the human eye and the brain might not capture it, but sometimes a camera could. So what we're doing, I'm going through all this footage, and I'm so bored. But at one point, and there's a little bit, it'll be a lead up, and at some point you'll hear it. Yeah, then all of a sudden, this voice came on the tape, and it was like a female voice, and I went, wow. Hey, everybody, come here. Like, oh, God, 16 hours. Right? Come on, I found some. And they all came in, and they're like, yeah, big deal. And I went, hold on. All the women are in room 335. Only the guys are downstairs.
Whoa.
And everybody in the editing room shut up. And I went, let me play it again. And we played it again and again, and it got really clear. And we figured it out to be a Class A EVP.
Yeah, which is electronic voice phenomenon.
Yeah, and it's just one of the clearest that we've ever had. And you'll hear the message, and then if you want, we could tell you what we got from it.
Sure, sounds great. Let's roll the video. Haunt at the Hume.
Take a look at what just happened and kind of give a logical or an explanation to it. I would say that it was.
What's behind you? There's a strong possibility you tripped.
No, it's right here. See, so I probably tripped. Yeah. Probably tripped on that. Yeah. All right. But man alive, that was just weird. That was a weird sensation. That's all I can say. It was a very weird sensation.
Well, we've got a lot of the same stuff from before. It's a lover ship that came together. There was joy at the beginning, dishonesty, sorrow. Sorrow is obviously the prevailing, and also the messenger of love here. The messenger of love before the sorrow card, same as before, same cards coming up. There's 78 cards in the deck. To have those cards and the lovers come up, all 3 of those cards again, and a second reading in this room. So some intense relationship issues were transpired. And I really have a headache now, guys.
Move out of the space and clear yourself.
Okay, let's go try the cloak right now. And we'll stop tripping on things.
I do feel some kind of cumulative effect of the air, or I don't know, of being down here. It does feel like I'm getting hotter and less comfortable with maybe.
I feel the same way.
The tightness, the closed-inness of the space.
Really, the odds of, because I've shuffled, I've cut the deck, to have those 3 cards come up in that storyline again. This room has a heavy history of a difficult love affair.
You guys getting that audio though? That's just crazy.
Yeah, I was going down there to try and scare you guys, but then I got way too scared to go down there.
That doesn't sound normal to me.
I haven't heard that the whole time we've been here.
No.
I've heard the furnace in my parents' home was tick after it started up and fired up. That was something else.
Okay, no, I'm going down, man.
clearing the energy. That's really good. It's just washing your hands to get rid of a buildup from downstairs or otherwise.
Bad to start when you guys were down there.
Yeah. And we did hear a footstep.
Yeah. But what are the odds we actually caught a footstep on the audio?
Bingo.
Careful.
But what are the odds we actually caught a footstep on the audio?
Bingo.
Careful.
Bad to start when you guys were down there.
Yeah. And we did hear a footstep.
What are the odds we actually caught a footstep on the audio?
Bingo.
Careful.
But what are the odds we actually caught a footstep on the audio?
Bingo.
Careful.
But what are the odds we actually caught a footstep on the audio?
Bingo.
Careful.
Wow, that's gonna keep me up at night.
That was the big thing.
Yeah.
What was the message we got from that?
Yeah,
We
it
kind
kind of aligns with your philosophies, doesn't it?
Yeah, totally.
And we did analyze it to a certain degree afterwards. You know,
Try to recreate the sound.
the first thing is, okay,
Yeah.
is that a camera glitch? No, because I also caught it on my personal audio recorder. None of us actually heard it during the moments, which is why
Really?
we're clueless
Yeah.
during the scene.
Oh.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
playing everything back, so Chris and JC found it on the
During the
feed,
editing time.
and
yeah.
then I went back through my personal recorder around the same time mark, and I could hear it as well, faintly, but it's clearly there.
And we took a look
Wow.
at each camera. What we did is we triangulated where the sound would come from
Sure.
and try to recreate the sound and start stomping around, just trying to make that. And we could not recreate it whatsoever. So the next thing was.
It sounded like it was above us, too.
Yeah.
It was weird.
It was weird. And that was a big reported area. It was the old the laundry room in the Hume Hotel, which has a lot of reports in it, too. But the big thing that we got from it was the message was careful.
Right.
And Serena, the other league member, was just like, what happens when we find something? And I'm just like, I don't care, let's go. And I'm like, well, we found something.
Yeah,
First message it said, what? Careful.
We're
What
not
was
really
that?
prepared to deal with spirits as we come in contact with them. Like the first scene in Ghostbusters, it's like, get her! That's all we
Exactly.
We don't know what to do.
Run at it. You know?
Well, I like your haphazard approach.
So that's what we've been doing. One of the biggest things is we've been gathering. People have been asking us how to become a member, how all that stuff. Let me just tell you this: there's 3 league members. What we want you to do is go check us out on Facebook.
Good.
Get on there, get in touch with us. One big thing we're going to do after Halloween, because Halloween is a big veil, lots of fun stuff going on. But we're going to start up documentation of Interview with a Ghost Hunter. Basically, we want to get stories from people. People have got stories, feelings, vibes, philosophies, and beliefs. We want to hear them all. So the Nelson Paranormal League, after what we found, we really want to start setting ourselves up for some exciting investigations in the future. And by doing so, we want to get some more documentation and going to do a lot more storytelling and having fun too.
Excellent. Connecting with people in town that maybe have those gifts, like shamans, etc., that
Totally.
can get in touch with the other side.
If you have a haunted basin, let us know.
Yeah, especially if you have a haunted basement.
And again, you can get a hold of them by liking them on Facebook, the Nelson Paranormal League. Give it up for them, people. Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you both. All right, take care, guys. Bye. Good night. Thank you. Up next, we have a little video by a digital arts and new media grad from Selkirk here. His name is Kevin Corbett. Please watch Boogeyman Nights.
Hello? Hey, how's it going? No way. Really? When did this happen? What did you do? And what did she say? Oh my God. No way. No way. That's crazy. Just a second. I think I heard something. Oh, it wasn't this. So then what happened? No way.
Now, if you want more information about the Digital Arts and New Media program here at Selkirk, just check it out online at selkirk.ca. Now next, we have one more short video for you tonight before the Samba Band plays. And I got to stop in at the Nelson Public Library's 95th birthday this week, where they were having a fundraiser, and they have put together this book called Pairings. So please watch this. And we're talking about her new project that is kicking off birthday for the library. Tell us all about it, Anne.
Well, we're 95 years old from
Isn't
the
that amazing?
first time that the library was incorporated in the city of Nelson in 1925. Before that, there were reading rooms and things. It was always a popular occupation.
Right.
And in fact, in 1890-something, there was a reading room on Baker Street, and the Nelson Miner reporter at the time complained that he couldn't actually get to the chief librarian's office or the librarian's office in order to interview them because of the crowd of people. It's still like that.
Oh, yeah.
You were afraid I was going to go into a long history. No, it's just, Nelson has always been a reading community. Always, always, always.
That's a beautiful thing.
And people
Yeah.
think that, people that haven't been in a library in a lot of years think that it's either a dusty repository for books, we've gone all digital and there aren't any books, but the fact is, libraries have become a social hub.
And
that's what we do.
And you're creating this tangible piece of history yourself this time around with this fundraiser for the library. Tell us about, what is it called?
Okay, well, our new book, it's a cookbook.
Yeah.
It celebrates reading. It's called Pairings, a compendium of beloved recipes and books from the chefs of Nelson.
And how many chefs submitted recipes to the
We have 21
project?
restaurants, but in fact 27 chefs.
Ah.
So each restaurant gave us 3 or 4 of their favorite recipes, and then we asked the chefs about the books they've loved most in their lives. So besides all of their 75, 80 recipes in the book, it's 144 pages. You should have it here.
Yeah.
Full color book with beautiful recipes, and then you get a little chef's bio, and you get a little write-up of the favorite book, their favorite books. So you get this reading list as a bonus to your gorgeous cookbook.
Oh, that's amazing. And so when people want to buy it or they're looking for it, because it's going to make a perfect Christmas gift, I think, we'll be sending those all over the world, where are they going to find out about it?
Well, they're going to find it locally here at the Nelson Library, of course. We like
Right.
when people buy books straight from the source.
Sure.
Otter Books, Touchstones, the Co-op, but all of the participating restaurants, all 21 of them, will also have cookbooks for sale. So they are going to be everywhere.
Excellent.
As soon as the hubbub dies down from our birthday party, which we can hear in the background, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's just tons of people.
It's
so much
bumping
fun.
in the
It's
library
bumping in
tonight,
the
isn't
library.
it? Yeah, it's
just great.
crazy.
And all the chefs,
What a
they all
party.
contributed appetizers.
I
and
know.
things. It's so lovely.
Yeah, it's
You should see the
fantastic.
cupcakes that Sandarella's gave us.
That's
for dessert as
exciting.
well.
Oh, they're
Anyway,
amazing.
as the hubbub dies down,
Yes.
then we will give it to a distributor called
Excellent.
Sand Hill Book Distribution
We
and
will.
Marketing, and
Okay.
they will get it across the country for us.
That's amazing. Excellent. Thank you, Anne. Well, we're really excited
thank
to get
you,
it.
Jenna.
Oh, absolutely. We'll get that on our checklist for our Christmas presents this year.
Yay.
Okay, thanks, Anne. Pairings, you want to, like I said, put it on your Christmas list. I'm especially proud of this project because my wife's in it. Page 96 gives food porn a whole new meaning for me. Anyway, get yourself a copy and do yourself a favor. You'll be supporting the public library in doing so. And next, I think it's time for everybody's favorite part of the night, the costume contest. Come on, Marco, help me out here.
All right. All right. Oh, hey. Hello again.
Hey, we're going to do this. So you found some
We found 5 people, the 5 people that were picked for the costume contest. Time to come down right now. Big hand for the Yellow Jacks.
It was a graveyard flash. And it was just a flash.
Oh
they
my
did
God.
the monster mash.
Oh my God, you guys look incredible. Thank you for being here. Please line up. Are we all going to get in here?
All right.
So I'll just tell them about the prize.
What? Yeah, thank you.
Wow, look at this.
Aren't these costumes amazing? Amazing.
I'm just going to tell you quickly about the prize. We're so happy that the Hume Hotel has donated a $180 prize of one night stay for 2 in one of their newly renovated rooms at the Hume Hotel. And you get a hot breakfast with that. So this is an exciting special gift for somebody who wins. And I wouldn't know who to pick. So it's your job to help us pick somebody tonight. All right, Marco, how's this going to work?
Well, it's not just about the costumes, although I wish it were, because that would make our jobs easier, or your jobs easier. We are going to have 5 skill testing skills.
Yeah.
Skills?
Skills.
Things.
Yes.
Hurdles they must
And stuff.
overcome.
Yeah.
And things.
Yeah.
And we'll each get the costumes that are in groups. You have to pick one representative, so you will have to pick one representative. You will for each one of the things. But what's our first challenge?
I think it's Dance Like Frankenstein.
Oh yeah. So
Maybe the band could give us a little music
and pick one person
please
to
step
dance
forward.
like Frankenstein.
You're all going to dance together. One person step forward and dance like Frankenstein.
Aren't you so glad
Take it away,
you're
guys.
in the contest?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
It was a graveyard flash. They caught it in a flash.
Well done. Well done. Well done.
That was a good attempt on everyone's part.
Okay,
That
make
was
sure
really
you
good.
score
really
your
good.
scorecards that we handed out earlier, right? We handed out scorecards.
So next we're going to have them step forward one at a time and cackle like a witch. So we'll start on Marco's
Cackle like
end
witch. All right. Give us your best cackle.
Give it up! Yeah!
Which one of you is cackling? Cackling for money. Here we go. All right, Audrey, give us your best cackle. Feed me, Seymour. Cool, cool. Apropos. You do the cackling, all right. Sounds like
Well done. Yes,
sounds like
yes,
mine.
yes.
And you, Tinkerbell.
Woo! That was good too.
Ooh, tough one. Tough one. Tough one. All right.
Nice. Only a few more. Only a few more?
Yeah, we got a couple more. Three
So
more.
next one is scream like you're scared.
Scream like they're coming at you with a knife.
Oh.
Who's got the terrified scream in this? Yeah, all right.
Oh my God. Yes. Yeah, she's good.
All right, he's coming at you with the pruning shears. Go.
Oh, yes.
Zombies.
Who's got the yell?
I'm gonna yell it.
Okay.
Okay.
Good duration. Good duration. Oh no, you're scared, aren't you? Now let me hear it.
Oh yeah. See? How do you pick? This is really good.
This is hard. But I don't have to pick.
Okay, we got next. We're gonna see their best evil laugh.
Ah, best evil laugh. Okay, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Evil laugh? Who's the evil laugher? Oh. All right, go.
Wow.
That's not an evil laugh. Okay. Whoa. Classic. Who's the evil laugher? Go.
Yeah. Get over
Evil
in
laugh?
there.
You got one in you?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's hard for Tinkerbell. She doesn't do
Scared
that.
me.
She doesn't do that.
That worked for me.
All right, we got one more, and then you guys are going to judge who you think should win the costume contest. We got the Howl at the Moon.
Oh, here's my favorite.
You
Howl
got
at the
this.
Moon.
You got this.
You got a howl in you? Yeah, you got a howl in you. You're the howler as well. All right.
Nice.
How about you do plants howl?
Ah, yes. Yes. Well done.
Got the howl? Got the howl?
Good job. Good job. All right. That was tough. They're all good.
Yeah.
They're all good.
It's even money, really.
I know.
Is there
We
another
only
one? Do we
have
need-
one prize tonight, though. So you guys got to help us for a round of applause. Marco, take it away. Who steps out first? Let's get somebody.
Well, let's do. I'm
Yeah.
assuming you're a one-night stand. All right. How about the one-night stand?
Oh yeah.
The Day of the Dead femme.
Woo! Very nice.
Audrey too. Ghostbusters the cartoon.
Yay!
Tinkerbell.
Oh, it's a tight race. What do you think? What do you
I
think?
don't know.
It's good? No,
Hold on, let me put this on mute.
One night stand in the showdown with the one night stand in the Tinkerbell. Yeah. I think it's a showdown with one night stand and Tinkerbell. Come out front.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay.
All
So
right,
what's the
one
showdown?
more time.
What's the showdown? Do I do all five of them
I think
again?
it's Dance Like Frankenstein. One
Oh,
more
it's the
time.
Frankenstein
One,
dance.
2, 3, go. Dance Like Frankenstein. That's great, guys.
One night stand's got it. Was there ever any don't?
I'm happy to give you this prize for the Hume Hotel. Please enjoy. Thank you. Thanks for dressing. I don't know if you can get tight on here, but but we got what is this? The day after pill?
Birth
Morning
control.
Birth control. We got some lube and a used condom. So yeah.
Classy. And of course,
for runners up, we got a B.A. Johnson CD and some candy, and yeah, one for your little team, and for you, and for you. Thank you all for doing that. Thank you. You may have a seat. Yeah. Good job. Good job. Yeah. Thanks, Marco. You're my next set. Yeah, you get it. I want to thank everyone. I want to thank you all for all the effort you put in to be here tonight and, bring your costumes and show up and shine. I really appreciate that. It was super fun. Now I'm going to introduce to you John Ryan, the leader of the Samba Band, and please give him a warm welcome, would you please? Johnny Ryan! Yes. Yeah! Hi, Johnny. Thank you for being here. We'll do a mwah. You look fantastic. Thank you. We're going to stay tight for this. Johnny, thank you for being here, and you brought your whole band tonight, hey?
Brought the whole band. The whole band is here.
Awesome.
And thank you for having us. This is so cool to be part of this. Isn't this amazing?
Yes, this is a good time. This is a really good time. During rehearsal, you guys blew me away with your beautiful vocals and just your timing and rhythm. So tell me a little bit where this started in Nelson, this Samba band.
The Samba band started with a fellow named Chris LeDrew.
Okay.
And he's an amazing drummer, percussionist, and was playing around town doing many things.
Okay.
And he just wanted to get people together and wanted to play drums, percussion. More the idea was just get people together, have fun.
Sure.
And he had some rhythms he could teach us.
Right.
And that's how it started. And
you got involved with him, and then
yeah, I played with doing other stuff with him, and before we knew it, we had 20, 30 people.
Amazing.
And then we actually got asked to play at Street Fest, which was a festival years ago that used to play right on Baker Street.
Right.
And we were like, holy crap! Like we better get our crap together here. So
managing 25 people is a big job, and just to explain a little bit more maybe about what Samba Band is to the people, what comprises the band of Samba?
Well, I guess I should start just brief. What is Samba like?
Right. What is it? The history, perhaps.
Like it's huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Okay.
It comes from Brazil.
Brazilian.
And there's a huge history there. And
okay.
It's an intermingling of cultures. Africans brought over in the slave trade,
okay.
Europeans, and the indigenous people of South America. Mm-hmm. And it's a big mix, and over 500 years, it's sprouted many manifestations of culture. It's very deep.
And the base of it is percussion.
Well, Samba, you could say that, yeah.
Yes.
But it's a dance, which is it's like I said, it has many manifestations. Like bossa nova was popular back in the '60s.
Oh,
jazz.
Of course, right.
We do something called batucada, which is popular in Rio, in the south.
Yes.
And you might have seen in Carnival. Hundreds and hundreds of drummers, dancers, floats. It's just amazing.
All dressed up in beautiful costumes.
Yeah, and the music is hot and
yes.
It's sexy and it's
right.
huge.
Yeah.
And then we also do a samba reggae, which is samba reggae, which is more from the north. In Bahia, it comes from.
Okay.
And so we've tried different rhythms. Sometimes we don't even play a samba. We just do other rhythms that we've learned over the years as well.
Wow, that's really interesting. So you've integrated your own style into this sort of traditional, rich history that offers sort of an appeal to so many different cultures.
Yes, and we've had, over the years, we've brought in Brazilians to teach us. Costa Menino came from Toronto, an amazing player.
Wow.
Pepe Donza from Vancouver was our first
fantastic
teacher.
Musician.
And a few years ago, I went down to California Brazil camp. and I learned it's just a week-long infusion into the culture and the music. And
Right.
so we've had support over the years from Columbia Basin Trust and
Fantastic.
Nelson District Credit Union just recently gave us $500 to have a retreat and bring in people and learn and play. So
yeah.
we've been learning. We started off kind of, we don't know. This is fun. Let's do it. And
like anything, we've
and
it's got to start a seed somewhere.
Yes, and so it's been a learning process and fun. And for us, it's a medium for community. It's a medium to have fun. It's a medium to get together, and it doesn't matter what age level. It doesn't matter what skill level. We've got people of all age ranges and skills that come in, and there's a place. So that's the idea: is everyone can just pitch in, and then the end result
is this magical,
hopefully a magical,
wonderful scene.
Yeah, and we get to go out and do cool stuff like this.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
And you've been leading the band for how long now?
I think about 7, 8 years. I don't even know.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah.
And for those of us locally, we've been lucky to see you at all the beautiful street festivals and things we have. Is there a place where people can find you guys online, or people that might be interested, like you say, in joining? What have you got going on?
So we've got, we do have a website. It's out of date, but it's, you can go there, and the email there works.
Okay, wonderful.
We have a Facebook page.
And what is it? What is the
It's info@movingmosaic.ca.
Okay,
that's
perfect.
That's the email.
So if you're thinking you want to get involved with them, that would be a place to start?
Yes, I would put it out to anyone who thinks this is something I'd like to try. Come out and try it. We practice once a week for a couple hours. And we build up our show, and then usually in the summer we're most busy.
Excellent.
And like I said, you can be an expert drummer, percussionist, or play other instruments.
Right.
We can make that work, or you can have never touched an instrument in your life, or did anything, or danced and play, and come, and there's a spot for you as well. So
that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That really does say a lot about the art of it, and also the community piece that you're trying to promote. I love it.
Yeah.
So I want to hear what this thing is going to do.
Okay. I was hoping you would ask.
All right.
Can I give you this microphone?
Take it away, Johnny?
Can I give you this?
I think so. Yeah. All right. Please enjoy the Moving Mosaic Samba Band.
if we can all keep the beat here. You ready? So if everyone could clap their hands or make some sort of noise to this tempo. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Not too fast. We gotta feel each other. Feel each other. That's it.
for being an incredible audience tonight. And to the viewers, thank you for tuning in. There's so many people to thank. Bridget Barner, the Nelson Paranormal League, the Samba Band, Marco Sordini, A big shout out to Selkirk College for all they do for us, and Jill Patino for taking care of us, and the students for all the energy they put in. We got the music students and the digital arts. Let's hear it for them. I want to thank Will Johnson at The Star and Andrew Sana at Kootenay Co-op Radio, and all of you again. Thanks again for coming. Have a great Halloween! Yeah! Take it away, Johnny!
Joga bola,